Hey guys, welcome back to the run back. Today we are running it back with Ace and Newgate against Black Purple Luffy. Now, I find the Black Purple Luffy matchup to be incredibly easy, simply because we can adapt to whatever strategies they decide to do. So we're going to go turn one. We're going to go ahead and drop an Izo. Izo will find a Namule, and the reason I'm grabbing Namule is simply because it's good in case that EBO2 Luffy shows up. Now we're going to go ahead and use leader ability once we finish searching here to put Namule on top, simply because we don't want to reveal any new information to our opponents here. And then we're going to pass the turn to them. My opponent is not really going to do much, so he is going to go ahead and pass it back to us. We are going to pretty obviously do our 3-Don turn with Namule after swinging for 5. He's going to think for a second and then obviously decide to take here. No trigger there, so that's good. And we're going to drop a Namule down right here. We are going to end up putting the Namule and 9-cost Newgate on top, simply because I like putting bricks on the top. Realistically, I probably could have put another brick besides putting Namule, who's a 1k counter, but ultimately I decided to put 9-cost Newgate and 3-cost Namule on top. And with no reason to really activate leader ability after we put them on top, we will pass. Now, my opponent is going to his 4-Don turn, and he is going to start off the turn with a Searcher Law here. Now, unfortunately, the angle that I filmed this at, you can't see what he's revealing when he searches. But you just have to trust me when I say that he grabbed a 3-cost Zorajoro, the one that will ramp using his leader. And then he's going to go ahead and drop us a second Searcher Law. And with this Searcher Law, again, unfortunately with the camera angle, I can't show you, but he did end up taking a Blocker Robin, which is obviously kind of terrifying for us, but at least we know what it was. It makes our next moves a lot easier when we know that Blocker Robin's coming down, and it just makes me feel a lot better. And obviously, he's going to swing for 7 here. We're going to block with Namule. On our 5-Don turn here, it's kind of simple what I want to do. We don't have a good 5-cost Ace setup, so what we're going to end up doing is doing another Namule. And after a moment of deliberation, I'm going to end up taking 2-Don, and we're going to go ahead and swing for 7 at his leader. I want to talk about this next play that I'm about to make in particular in a little bit more depth. So after he takes or counters, which is what he's going to do here, which is good for us because his hand size gets shredded down, we're dropping the Namule. Now, I am going to pick up a 9-cost Newgate and Marco. Now, realistically, what I should do here is put the 9-cost Newgate and Jozu on the bottom. But I actually do something really risky here, which I think kind of speaks to how I play. I'm going to end up putting 2 Jozus on the bottom. I just don't want to bounce Robin back to hand. And we're going to use the leader ability to put 9-cost Newgate on top of my library. But my thought process is I don't want to bounce Robin back to hand. And 6-cost Luffy has rush anyways. So Jozu's kind of bad. And having 2 9-cost Newgates is potentially 2 big 9-cost Newgate plays later, which can seal this game. He's going to drop a 6-cost Beer Luffy here, pitching 2-Don back, and then getting 2-Don back, 1 active, 1 rested, to make his leader a 7k, which is obviously terrifying. He will then swing at us for a total of 8. And we really kind of want to keep the blocker around. Plus, I want more options if I get Robined. So I'm going to end up taking here. Alright, so we're now going to our 7-Don turn. We are just going to do a really simple turn here. We're going to go with 9 at lead here. Now we're going to go ahead and throw down another 3-cost Nomule. What I'm really trying to do here is I'm trying to dig for the 9-cost event. I really like Nomule over like the traditional 1-drop searcher, just because basically, like, while it doesn't let us dig as much, we do get more card manipulation. I'm going to bottom deck a 2k Ace and then a 1k Atmos here, just because my defenses are looking good. And then we're going to go ahead and activate Leader ability and put 9-cost Newgate on top, simply because we want to dig just a little bit more, and I'd rather not have a brick in hand and maybe like get like 1 or 2 more K for this next turn, simply because he is basically, we know the Robin's in hand. It's either that or a 6-cost Luffy. There's almost no way it's not anything else, but he is going to go ahead and drop a 3-cost Zoro that ramps, which is fine. I mean, it's just another 5k swing. Honestly, if he had dropped it earlier, I would probably be okay with bouncing it back to his hand, simply because it's a brick. And taking any kind of aggression from him is really important. He's going to go ahead and drop a 6-cost Robin, try and shred our hand a little bit here. And I'm going to do something that's like a little bit risky, but we're going to go ahead and give him the 1-cost event and the 2-cost Whitey Bay as the cards that I pitch. This is mainly because, like, I know I'm not going to have the Dawn open for the event anytime soon, and I really am just walled up, so like 1-2k is going to make a difference. He's going to go ahead and swing for 7 here. We're going to end up taking this just simply because his Robin had, you know, put our hand size down a little bit, get at least one of those cards back. Leader swing, we're going to take the Nomule and just trade. We are now going to go to our 9-Don turn. We don't have the event, so what we're going to do is drop an Ezo here, look for that event, top 5, and we end up finding it in the 5th, which, you know, you love to see it. And then, obviously, rearrange those, pitch to the bottom. Since we can't do our event this turn, we're going to get a little aggressive, so we're going to go 9 at the Beer Luffy, which is currently tapped down. And honestly, I'm really surprised because he ends up giving us the Beer Luffy, even though it would have just cost him 2k, which tells me that his aggression is more important than what he is able to defend, which is great for us because next turn we can Newgate. And he's obviously not wanting to waste a Gum Giant. In my opinion, he probably should. We're going to drop a 4-cost Marco blocker here. Just really kind of wall up. We want to make sure that we're not getting EBO2 Luffy'd whenever possible. It's a very, very scary thing for us and can end a game quick if we're not careful, especially because he could potentially do like a 6-cost and the next turn maybe 2 Uso Hachis. We really don't know. But what he is going to do here is still drop a threat, because he is going to drop a 9-cost Rush Luffy, which, if left unchecked for a couple turns, yeah, that's going to shred through our blockers, which obviously we don't want, but he's going to go ahead and immediately swing. We're giving him the Nomule right away. The Zoro, we are just going to counter out of. That's just a simple thing to do. He's going to go 5 with lead, and we're going to counter out once more. All right, now we're going to go ahead and go to our 10-Don turn. It's pretty obvious what we're going to do from here. We are just going to drop the 9-cost Newgate, but first we're going to get a couple punches in. Just getting rid of that Zoro, because I know he's not going to waste counter on that. And then we're going to do our big old play. We're going to go 9, do leader ability for the top, and then play the event down. Revealing Newgate, and then we're going to reveal a 3-cost Marco to draw 2 cards with our aces, Newgate's on play, and then we're going to go ahead and do the big old 10 into his life, and I do believe he's going to counter out here. He is going to drop a Gum Giant, and then he's going to give us an additional 2k and 1k. I do believe I actually point out that he over-countered, and I believe he's actually going to take back... Yep, he is just going to take back the Mr. Bon Clay, which is just a 1k at this point. So right now we're actually in a really good spot. He did pinch the 6-cost Robin to Gum Gum Giant earlier, and I'm really happy about that. I did not want to see a second Robin. Going into this turn, I thought he would drop another 9-cost just based on the way he was handling his Dawn, but he ended up actually kind of separating it out in a different way here in a second. He really wants to get rid of the Newgate for some reason, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like if I was in this spot, I definitely would have kept Blocker Robin in and like kind of walled up a little bit more, because he's gonna end up going just 10 even at the Newgate. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to crack one Ezo and then see what we get. And then the plan is to then crack the second Ezo. Just kind of keep cycling and seeing what we're getting. That's typically the best thing to do here. And then I will counter out. Then we're going to see a Rush Lugia. We're just going to block with Marco and draw 2. Putting us in yet again another good spot. This turn is a really big pivot turn. As you can see, our hand's pretty big, and we have some Marcos, the blocker Marcos, which I kind of want to just keep putting down and keeping up my defenses since he has that rush. And kind of just walling up a little bit more. That seems to be working for me. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the 10 at life, and he is actually going to put down another Gum Gum Giant here. And he is going to put the 2 Dawn back, and then we're going to see what he pitches here. He's going to give us a 3-cost Breakazor Joro and then a 2k, which is good. We're kind of bleeding him dry of those 2ks, which we love to see. And then he's going to draw 2 from the Gum Gum Giant. I think he sequenced it a little out of order, but overall it's okay. We're going to use leader ability, put 4-cost Marco on top, and then you guys know what's coming. We're going to end up doing the 5-cost Ace, immediately pulling out that Marco. This is just like one of the best plays in the deck. We're going to put down a second Marco now, just because like we're walled up. We've got some swings going on. He's definitely just going further and further behind this game with the lack of aggression he's putting out. I think, honestly, what would save him is probably a 9-cost Luffy or the Rush Luffy, the 6-cost EBO2 Rush Luffy. He is now going to go 9 at our life, kind of trying to add some of that pressure back. And I don't think at this point it's going to work. We're going to block and draw 2 cards. He's going to swing, I believe that's 13. We're going to block and just draw 2 cards. Just really simple. We're going to our turn. Our hand is stacked. We are sitting at 12 or 13 cards. I can't remember. This is like the most cards I've ever had in hand with this deck. It's just kind of nuts just having like all the options available to you. We could Snake Man here. Honestly, I probably should have Snake Manned. But we're going to start out with a 5 at life. He's going to take. We're then going to go ahead and take a non, and we're going to go 7 at life. Just kind of testing and seeing what he's doing. I want to see if he'll give me the Robin blocker, like in an attempt to either just tap her down or something. That's kind of logic here, and then we're going to obviously slam in a Newgate. I think he's definitely worried about Newgate, so that's why he's like really holding up the Robin here. He's going to end up taking, which is awesome for us. So it doesn't matter what he does now. He's just going to give us the Robin. And then we're going to go ahead and do the event all over again. And just slam down another Newgate. Just, you know, getting a 9-cost Newgate. Revealing top. We get to draw 2. And then we're going to swing another 10 at life. He's going to Gum Gum Giant. Which is, you know, it sucks. It is what it is. We can't do anything about that. And he will, he's going to pitch a 9-cost Luffy. And then he's going to give me another 2k. And then he is going to go to his next turn. Just simply because we can't do anything else. But honestly, he's in the worst spot he could be in. I'm pretty sure at this point I just start taking cards out of life. Just because I think it's funny. Like, just because there's no way I can't counter out of it. He is just so far in the back foot. It is unfortunate. I feel like if he definitely kept the Rush Luffy, he maybe could have caught me off guard. Or Maybe if he had just, like, taken that one turn and committed all of his Dawn on the Nikos Rush Luffy into Newgate, he might have, like, been able to get rid of it. It's hard to say. I definitely feel like this is a bad, just, like, time for him. He's going to put another Beer Luffy out. He's going to be at 7k power leader. Who cares? I'm sorry. It's unfortunate. It's very cocky to say, but, like, a 7k lead is not going to save you from 2 10k minimum swings. He's going to go 9 at us. And we are just, honestly, we take it just because we can. Because what else are we doing? Like, if I was smart, I probably shouldn't have, but we're going to counter out of the 13k swing, which is stupid. Sorry, the 12k swing, which is stupid. We definitely should have countered out of the other one and just took this one. We're being cocky. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I was very cocky this game, especially with him doing that. We're now going to go to my turn. We're going to draw, and I think we all know what's coming. We're going to do, like, the majority of it with Newgate, and then see what he does. He's going to try to counter out. I believe it is 15,000. Yeah. Unfortunately, he's going to try. He's going to flounder. He does not have it. It's just unfortunate. We're going to wrap up the turn, fist bump, and yeah. So this list, I think, is just about as good as I can get it. We're going to see what we can do with Snake Man. I like Snake Man. I think it wins games, but I kind of want to try the new 9-cost Odin. Here's the list that I'm currently running. I'm down to 1 Sanji. I think I could probably change that, but yeah, this is pretty much the list. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe when we run it back again.